Hello everyone, and welcome to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and a happy new year of 2021 to all of you. About a year ago, I went through the original Sonic Adventure to see if I still enjoyed it, and much to my surprise, to be honest, I did like it, except for a few spots here and there. Cough, cough, Big the Cat. But now it's time for a game that I am also looking forward to revisiting after quite a long while, Sonic Adventure 2, the battle version for the PS3. This is the HD version, and thankfully it is in widescreen, unlike the original for some reason with all those ugly blue barriers, but this one is all spruced up and nice for an HD version. So let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? We have the choices between the Hero and Dark story, of course, but I don't know why you wouldn't go with the Hero version for the first one. In fact, I think the story makes a bit more sense if you go with Hero and then Dark. So let's go ahead and do it, shall we?
Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go.
This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report cargo status of captured Hedgehog aboard. Over.
That's a 10-4. Cargo secured on board and... What?
Didn't copy that.
Hedgehog is
Over.
gone. He's taken out everyone aboard and...
What's wrong?
What in the
Come
world?
in. Over.
Freeze! What do you think you're doing? Get that Hedgehog!
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here. I like running better.
Quite the opening we've had there. Sonic Adventure 2 definitely has more of an attitude over the first one. It's far more in your face, which is probably a big reason why I was so into it as a little kid. And here we go with what I still believe to this day to be the best opening stage in Sonic history, City Escape, as we have to escape the authorities. The police are after Sonic, and I missed the first round because, of course, I did. I'm a little out of practice for this game. I mean, I used to have this stage down pat because I would play two-player mode with my little brothers and sisters, and I would win every time, of course. But if there's one thing I can criticize about the stage, it's that, I don't know, it's kind of off-putting that you start with a freaking board level and not just the regular platforming, but hey, once you get a feel for the controls, it's not all that bad. Let's see if I can nail the last one. Of course, I can't nail the last one. Ah, well. But after a short, I guess you call that snowboarding segment, streetboarding segment, here we are into the regular gameplay. It feels just as good as Sonic Adventure 1 did, if not better, to be honest. I mean, Sonic seems like he has a bit more weight to him right here, like I know a bit more what he's going to actually do, although that may just be my familiarity with this game. I mean, I've been playing this game pretty constantly for a very long time. I haven't actually touched it, recently very often whatsoever, but when I was little on my GameCube, as I'm sure was the case for a lot of kids my age, with their introduction to 3D Sonic, man, I played the living daylights out of this game, and I can never get that last one right there. It's kind of wonky when you have to press the action button in order to hit those ramps, but yeah, the intro for this game, like just being this stage, like it just really blows you away because it's kind of cool in a way that, if you're 10 years old playing this game, like it's really cool, right? But also, the gameplay is, I mean, it's top-notch to me. I don't really get the people that criticize the Sonic and Shadow portions of this game. There may not be that many. I mean, this game's gotten a lot of criticism in the modern day, which we'll be going over, of course, but the criticism usually doesn't seem to be centered in the Sonic and Shadow levels, although there are some people that claim, there are no good aspects to the game whatsoever, Sonic and Shadow levels included. We'll be going over that, I want to cover all the aspects of this game, and its reputation both in the past and in the present, and perhaps in the future as well, what I believe its lasting legacy to be, and what I still think, I'll find out, if the game really does hold up, but even playing it not so long ago, just a couple years ago, when all that criticism was becoming front and center, I was like, come on guys, I get the criticism for SA1, I think there are a lot of elements that, they were trying to work through, they weren't so sure about, but I think in SA2 here, for a litany of reasons that we'll get to later, as my mad grinding skills are on display for everyone to see, I think we'll see that, I don't know, I think the game gets a bit of a rough rap in the modern day, but hey, more on that when we get to that. But for right now, we have an awesome chase sequence. Yeah, this just adds to the whole, in-your-face, blow-you-away right here at the very beginning attitude that SA2 actually has. So we're being chased by a gun truck. gun, of course, being the military organization that had locked Sonic up in the first place. And wow, that was a bit too close for comfort. Of course, I could spin dash and get away from this guy, no problem, but the spin dash is a little bit difficult to control. And was that Big the Cat I saw back there? Yeah, we're going to be seeing him intermittently throughout this game because, yeah, I didn't get enough of him in the first game, now did I? But with that, we already have it. There we go. Goal ring time. Let's go ahead and see what I got. If I had to guess, that felt like a B. I guess for the first time in Sonic history, I believe we are graded at the end of every stage. And I'm not a pro at this game by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think I'll be getting great grades, yeah, all through the game, especially outside the Sonic and Shadow stages, but as far as these early Sonic stages are concerned, I think I got them down pretty well. Maybe not A well, because, you know, I didn't really get all the points by hitting all the jumps there, but I think I got them down well enough. Now, the other stages being Knuckles and Tails, that might be a different story, but again, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Finally decided to show up, eh? Okay, bring it on!
Monitor Bigfoot reporting to headquarters. Intruder has been
And
located.
here we go, first boss of the game. And I don't know if you can tell from that cutscene, or maybe you could tell from the very first cutscene, when we were still in the air, that the audio mixing for this version of the game, unfortunately, is just... it reminds me of my channel in the early days, like, God, did I really not hit him at all? That's embarrassing. I guess I need to just jump later. For this boss battle, I'll get more on the audio mixing later, we can use the crates while we can before they're destroyed, so I just need to wait for them to get a bit closer, I suppose. And there we go, now we'll go for the big hit. So I don't know why in this version of the game, which was the HD release for the PSN store, like why they messed up the mixing so bad. And something that boggles my mind even more is why in the options there isn't a, well, option to kind of make that mixing a bit better just manually. So it's kind of unfortunate. It's one thing I wish that, you know, I could change, but, you know, it's not really too distracting in these early portions of the game, fortunately. And also kind of strange that it would remind me of my channel in the early days with how inept I was with audio and video editing because, well, those of you that may be super OGs of the channel, there may not be any of you left. God, this is back in 2013, 2014. I actually did a full playthrough of this game and deleted it for a litany of reasons. Maybe I'll go over them, maybe I won't. Kind of embarrassing to think about.
Jewel containing the ultimate power.
That's the Chaos Emerald! Now I know what's going on. The military has mistaken me for the likes of you. So, where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog!
Chaos control!
He's fast! Hey, it's not his speed. He must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp.
Shadow. I'm the world's ultimate life form. There's no time for games. Farewell.
Shadow! What is
Keep your hands up in the...
Yeah, the cutscenes are a tad bit wonky there. I mean, the presentation, of course, is dated. It's a 20-year-old game at this point, or close to 20 years old, but
Just let it go.
I think it's kind of charming in a kind of a cheesy way, you know?
Do you?
And plus, I think the plot in and of itself is the best Sonic plot of all time, kind of regardless of the dated presentation.
Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emerald. That makes it very powerful.
What the?
What? Thief?
Look who's calling who a thief. I came here following the signal from the Emerald. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Master Emerald, isn't it? Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr.
When
Eggman.
I was for something, I'll just take it with me. Farewell, Knucklehead. Not if I can help it.
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald!
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot. If it's in pieces, I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald. Doesn't matter. I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
I despise anyone who takes jewels from me. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
And here we go, gameplay style number 2. I think back in SA1 I said my 3 favorite ones were actually Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. And we've already seen that the Sonic gameplay style is back in full force, and now it is Knuckles' turn. But this time the big difference is that he has stages that are custom made for him, which I think make these segments alone far better than their counterparts in SA1 actually were. So yeah, there's a GIMP radar. You know, we can only track one piece of the Master Emerald at a time, unlike the last one. We'll get into that. We'll get into why I don't think it's that big of a deal, honestly. And there it is. But more on that later. For right now, how about we just go around, go over what the actual strategy for the Knuckles stages should be. And again, these probably take the longest for me. You know, I don't have all of the preset Emerald locations that they could be. I mean, there are many combinations that the 3 could take. I don't have all of them memorized, so, you know, I'm not going to be going for, like, an A or a B or anything like that. Maybe here in the first one. You know, it's pretty simple here in the beginning. But the general strategy, at least for an open area like this, is just kind of go around all the major areas and see if you can get a pop on your radar at some point. I was very lucky with the first one, and here in the second one we've already got a yellow, so I think it was a red right here. And yeah, that's the Chow box right there. We can nail that and go to the Chow guard if we wanted to. Not going to do that for right now, who knows, maybe that'll change. Okay, I got a red like over here, didn't I? Wasn't it up here? Let's see, not really. Where did I get that exactly? Was it down here? May have been down here. Now it turned back yellow, or green again. Maybe over here. No. I'm trying to recall, like, where could these locations, these sub-locations actually be? Sometimes they're in the treasure chests. And again, whether or not you get an easy location is, you know, just down to the RNG, really. So if you're a speedrunner, you know, you can memorize these locations, you know, get them down pat, absolutely no problem. But I'm having some trouble right here. And there it is, okay. Not too bad right there. The faster you find them, the more bonus points you will actually get. Still got an awesome right there, and looks like we already have another hit. That's kind of a shame. I really like it when they're on the second level a bit more. They're a bit easier to find up here. Down here in the lower level, it's kind of like bleh. Because there are a lot of nooks and crannies that can't be hiding in, and of course the room is a lot bigger, but it's not too bad. Okay, getting a green no matter where I go, so maybe it's up here in the upper level. Of course, like the previous game, we can crawl all around on walls. We cannot dig quite yet. Could be a while before we get that one, but... Okay, there we go. Got that yellow. See, it seems to be higher up, so it might be over here. I do know there's a location that can be right behind here, so maybe it's this. Oh, and I should probably show this off as well. It's a hint box near the 6 pillars. Well, that's a little hint. We don't have to call to just take us straight to it anymore, unfortunately, but we do have these hint boxes that we can use, but they decrease your score every time you get them, which kind of sucks, but hey, what are you going to do with it? So it's near the 6 pillars. These are the 6 pillars, so maybe I'm missing something obvious. I believe the last one was in between 2 of the pillars as well. Let's go ahead and get another hint. We can get up to 3 of them. A dark place. Yeah, really narrowing it down there for me. Okay, looks like it's going to be right inside here. There it is, yeah. Sometimes they can be found in pretty tricky locations like that. Thankfully, the first level is not too offensive whatsoever, but the Knuckles levels do get a bit more overbearing as time goes on. For the most part, I still enjoy them, but as far as like putting them on camera and trying to be good at the game, it can be a tad bit stressful. And there we go, another B rank. Always short of the A. That is the story of my life, unfortunately. But yeah, I believe the Knuckles stages actually be a flat improvement over what they were in SA1. And when we get to even more specialized stages made just for him, I think we'll see that, him to radar aside, I think the experience of playing a Knuckles and or Rouge level, Newcomer Rouge as we saw in that cutscene, is a much better experience in the sequel here.
It's Amy! And 8-Man too! What's Amy doing here? Doesn't matter. I have to help Amy because she's in danger. Tornado transformation!
Oh, and a fight with Dr. Eggman right off the bat, huh? Kind of, shall we say, unfortunate that our first experience with the Tails gameplay style is going to be a character battle. This is one thing that is not an improvement over the first one, because in the first one, I don't know, they were just as bad. Pretty much for this one, you could just stand in one place, smash the fire button, and there you go. Yeah, I would have rather our introduction to Tails' new mech-style gameplay had been an actual level, but we'll get that pretty shortly. But yeah, the character battle's still a joke. that was one thing they did not improve in the sequel.
This time I'll let you go, but the next time we meet, you won't be so lucky.
Wow, Tails, you did it! But what are you doing here on this island? I'm the one who should be asking that question. Don't you know it's dangerous here? I know, but I'm here to save my hero, Sonic. Again? Hurry! I know Eggman's up to no good again. Okay, you stay here and I'll be right back. Don't leave without me! I want to help Sonic too!
I feel like we shouldn't leave Amy all by herself on the freaking military base, but what are you gonna do? And here we go, the opening stage to the Tails Eggman gameplay style being Prison Lane. Yeah, so this is an extension of the gameplay style that we had back with E102, I believe was his designation, or E101, Gamma, back in SA1. I also think this is a flat improvement over the Gamma stages, because of course Gamma did not have stages made specifically for him back in SA1, and they tended to be really short and not all that much of a challenge except for the final one. Yeah, I was kind of shocked upon replaying that game about how short some of his stages actually were. I remember his story in general just lasting a lot longer, but just like Knuckles, Tails has levels that are specifically made for him with his own unique music, which I really dig, man. The music in the Tails level, it's all electronic and cool with the electric guitar. That's another reason I love this so much as a kid. I was, big into the hard rock, big into the electric guitar, and SA2 has all that music in spades, or at least that instrumentation, so I can't really get enough of it. I absolutely love the soundtrack of this game. But Tails' gameplay style right here, it is similar to Gamma in the way that we try to chain together as many hits as possible. However, we do not have a timer like we did back in SA1. This one, this time around, is kind of more about chaining the combos together and getting the bonus from them so we can get a good rate. Like this, for example. So I can hold my laser for a specific amount of time, and then I can let it go once I have as many enemies as I want chained up, and then, yeah, I can get the point bonus as you just saw with the game telling me, cool! Yeah, nice verbiage there. Nice early 20s, late 90s verbiage, that is for sure. But Tails is more about, well, first you don't want to die, of course, because the mech can be a tad bit clunky for right now until we get additional movement upgrades. But it's also about just chaining together as many hits as possible and getting the best score as possible. Unlike Knuckles and Sonic, he doesn't survive purely off of rings. He's got that power bar, I guess you could say energy meter, something like that, down at the bottom, and every time he takes a hit, that will go down. And once that goes down all the way, well, that's going to be one life down for poor Tails. But the way you replenish that is that you get enough coins to fill up the little, I guess you could say, yellow pegs? I don't really know what else to call them. Down there that are right above that power meter. And once those yellow pegs fill up all the way, you'll get some of your energy back. So it's different than the standard Sonic fare, which I appreciate, making the Tails and Eggman segments just a little bit more unique. And speaking of Tails, it is kind of weird that he's not outside of the mech with his regular gameplay style. I say regular gameplay style, or at least what had been established in SA1. And from what I understand, I haven't verified this via my own research or anything like that, but originally Tails was not going to be playable here in SA2. It was just going to be Eggman, and he was going to have the same exact mech-style shooting gameplay that would be an extension of what Gamma did back in the day, but fans were rather angry when they found out that Tails just wouldn't be playable in the game whatsoever. So what they did is they took the Eggman style of gameplay, souped it up, gave it to Tails, and then gave him his own stages as well, and here we are. That's why he's in the mech. I know some people are like, why did they change that up, and things like that. Well, that's why. Which is a shame, I think I was a bigger fan of Tails' gameplay style in SA1, more so than other people from what I can tell, so I wish they had kind of elaborated on that.
Very good.
Yeah, the gang's all here for the rank Bs, huh? But we got this instead, and I can't really say that, I hate it, or anything like that. Kind of a shame we would never see it again, just kind of that Sonic Team ideal of we don't improve on anything, we just start over from scratch each time, which is
Keep your voice
very aggravating, especially in the modern day, especially in 2021, when we haven't had a Sonic game since Sonic Forces in 2017. I mean, that's...
How'd you get here?
Well, if you gotta know, I caught a ride with Tails. Are you sure you don't need my help? It looks like you could use it.
The reason I'm in here is because of that fake hedgehog.
You mean that black hedgehog?
Did you see it? Where is it now?
If I tell ya, will you marry me?
No way!
I thought I had you this time.
Hedgehog came here with Dr. Eggman.
So, Eggman's behind this, huh?
What's all that writing on the wall anyway? Did you write that? Wait for me, Sonic! He's such a brat sometimes.
Yeah, I guess I got really bored in jail. Wouldn't you?